Okay, I'm going to run through the steps of how to fix one problem on this mill, and it has to do with a chip being on the tool changer door on the DVF 6500s in the Martin Ray SL. So first off, you'll see that the mill feed held with the spindle being ready to do a tool change. You'll see that the tool changer door is open, but nothing else is happening. You might see the augers spinning down here, but there's no coolant, the spindle's not moving. And on top of that, you'll also see that the control is paused on the tool changing macro, which is this right here. You also see the feed hold button is on. If we go to the alarm button, so we press message, these three alarms will come up. It should be these three alarms every time. So it's saying that the auto door is having a problem and it's taking too long to do a tool change, and it's also waiting for the tool to come down from the tool changer. And these two alarms are due to the fact that this alarm exists. So all three of these alarms should always be here in this case. So the first thing to do is to reset the machine. Just press reset. That should get rid of the feed hold, and it should get rid of the alarms, except for this one, which we're going to take care of right now. So we're going to roll this out. So what we're going to do first is, sorry, I got this part in the way. Should have paused the robots. Make sure you do that so that this part can go back to its, get out of the way anyway. So first thing you're going to do is open the door. I'm just going to press door open. Make sure this is right. Yep. So the door opens. Good. The next thing you're going to do, this is really important. You got to be careful here, because even though the door's open, these mills are set up to actually move with the door open, which is kind of a problem, but if you know where it's moving, you should be okay. So the issue that we're having, or that the mill's having, is that there are chips on the sensors that tell the mill that the door is open. The sensors are right here, so you can see this little green thing right there. That's the sensor that's giving us the problem. There's another sensor that's down here. You can see it just barely. That right there. It's actually getting covered by the tab that it's supposed to be covered with, so that's okay. But this right here is the problem sensor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe off that sensor, but you got to be extra careful, because right here in this opening, a tool is going to come down without any warning. So let me wipe that real quick. Hang on, hard to get in here, the camera. So you can see the tool just came down without any warning, so beware of that. Don't get freaked out. So I'm just going to clean that off, make sure it's nice and clean. Next thing I'm going to do, since I'm in here with the door open anyways, I'm going to blow some air, get this place all nice and clean. Okay, so I ended up blowing out all the chips, and I actually took a rag to be extra thorough with making sure this was all clean. So the alarm, with that being taken care of, should be gone after we press reset one more time. Press reset, boom, that alarm's gone. Now it's just saying the door's open. So what we're going to do next is, we can't continue the program. The program's been aborted. So what we're going to do is run the warm-up program with this mill. So what we're going to do first is close the door. Okay, door's closed. Good deal. We're going to go into the program button here. Get back into this program. And we're going to press reset. And then, important, press rewind. Take us to the top of that program. Well, honestly, this isn't necessary since we're changing the program anyway. So, what we're going to want to do next is run the warm-up program so that we can get the mill back into a position that it'll be happy to run in. So what we'll do is we'll press O list. It's going to be this soft button right here, which will press this button here. Brings up a page, and from here we're going to use these keys down here to go down to where it says warm up, and then we're going to go over to this soft key right here, which is indicating there. Press open. Now we're running the warm-up program. So we're going to start on that. I'm going to put it in single block because there's a very, very important thing that needs to be done while we're running this warm-up program. So I'm also going to slow the feed rate down from 100 down to 0, just as a precaution. What we're going to do is make sure that the tool changer works properly. One of the biggest, scariest things about this mill is if it ever screws up while it's doing a tool change, there's a chance that it will load the wrong tool in when it thinks it's the other tool, and then things go kaboom. We don't want that happening. So I'm going to start the warm-up program with it in single block. Okay. Take note of which tool is in here. Tool 10, which says tool 10 here, using that comp and that comp. And we know just from how the program runs that this 3/4 inch mill is, or end mill, is tool 10. We're going to run this. And now it goes into the tool changing macro, where it's going to change over to a tool that's used for the warm-up program. So, cycling down here. Okay, the tool just changed. We're now with a new tool. And this is where it gets really important to notice. Notice that our tool number changed to tool 1. Tool 1 is the correct tool for the warm-up program. And this 1/4 inch tool here is tool 1. So that means that the tool change worked properly and we're not going to have anything go kaboom. So we're going to continue with this warm-up program. I'm actually going to take it off of single block mode and let it just run. Okay. Now I'm just going to put everything back into position so that we can run again. Okay. So we're back into a point where everything should work just fine, as if we were just starting up for first article. And you can see actually that the machine actually changed over to the correct program, because that's what it's meant to do once it's finished a program. So at this point, you would act as if this was a first article, set this on single block, and remove this part. It's no good anymore. Toss it, chuck it, do whatever you want with it. Just don't put it in the box, because there's no good. Don't run it again, because most likely it won't run correctly. So that's how you take care of this problem. Hopefully that was useful.